historical site in Tyler, Texas, the site of the largest prisoner of war camp west of the Mississippi River during the Civil War. 5,450 prisoners roughly were housed at this location, an 11-acre location here. Of those, around 350 died of different ailments, malnutrition, and stuff like that. With all respects, this camp had one of the lowest body rate or mortality rates of any prisoner of war camp during the Civil War. It's probably why most people never hear about it. The Smith County Historical Society maintains this facility, this spot, and I'm thankful that they do. It's a very important piece of our history. So today I'm going to be doing a paranormal investigation here, as I've heard rumors that it's highly active. I've also heard stories. None of these can be confirmed because people don't talk about it, but there is a gas station right across the intersection from this location, and they have reported, people that have worked there in the past have reported seeing a full-bodied apparition walk through the store in Civil War uniform. So that's kind of interesting that this place is still active here and people are still here. There were about 5 or 6 shootings on this location of prisoners who were attempting to escape. But all of those shootings in the historical record were kind of questionable whether they were justified or not. So I'm going to do the investigation. I'm going to put out my spirit box and invite any spirits here that they can come talk to it. I'm also going to be walking around with a voice recorder, an EMF detector, and just kind of see what we can find and see what we get. So join me for my investigation and let me know if y'all see something or hear something that I don't see or hear. I'm getting a lot of activity off my EMF detector here in the old camp part, in the original camp. I'm getting all the way to orange in a few places. And just so everybody knows, I have checked this against with my camera running. This is not interference from my camera that's causing this, as I can lay this next to my camera and get nothing, or very little at all. So for it to go yellow, orange, or red is saying quite a bit. I'm coming up to what was called the walking loop, where they would play baseball and the prisoners would walk. They said just laps for hours on end. It was here at this hilltop. Is there anybody here at the walking loop? Anybody here on the hillside? Anybody here that would like to speak, just come to the voice recorder here, to the microphones on the side, and say what you want to say. Can you tell me your name? What regiment you were with? Can you tell me how'd the guards treat y'all while y'all were here? Were the guards genuinely, normally nice to you, or were they kind of cruel? How was life in this camp? Was it rough? Was it hard? Still getting a lot of EMF spikes. So I'm gonna continue with my investigation and see what I can get on my equipment. As y'all can see, I'm getting a lot of EMF spikes. Getting all the way up to red in a few spots. It's kind of interesting, especially here by the water, which I believe is part of the spring. If anybody's here in this area, feel free to come to the voice recorder. Say whatever you want to say into the microphones. Tell us more about this place, more about you. As you can see, I'm getting all the way to red, and I'm a distance away from anything electronic that should be making this go off. So that's wild, to say the least. So definitely this right here is one of the hottest spots I've been to at this camp. I won't lie though, at this spot or all over the camp, you kind of get the feeling that you're being watched. Like, as I'm walking around, my head's just like turning because it feels like you're being watched. Very few places I've been where my EMF detector went off like this, so that's very telling as it is. As you can see, even changing hands is still going off like crazy. So I may get my spirit box and move it over here and try let it go over here. Again, if there's anybody here, feel free to come to the voice recorder, come to the microphones on it. They're on the side of it. Say whatever you want to say. It'll listen. It'll let me hear it later so I can hear what you have to say. Definitely interesting. But I'm going to come back to this site with some different equipment, and anything I collect with that equipment I will put on the end of this video so that y'all can see. But I'm going to also move my voice box, my spirit box over to here, and let it go over here and see if it might catch a little more as well. And as for right now, I'm going to conclude the video part of this video. This was a very unique opportunity for me to come here. Had to get approval to come to this site. So anytime you want to go investigate a site, do your research, make sure if you have to get approval or who owns that property before you try to go to it to do an investigation. Also, if you go to cemeteries, make sure if they have signs, don't be there after dark. Don't be disrespectful, and take nothing, leave nothing. I always, as I'm walking around any cemeteries or any places, if there's flowers and stuff, I fix them, stand them back up, help clean up the area out of respect. I recommend doing the same, just advice, but it's up to you. But I'm going to end this video, on the video part of this, and like I said, any other evidence I find, I'll put on the end of here for y'all. But for right now, this is a river rat, and I'll see you down the river.
What follows is some EMF readings that I got at Camp Ford, along with some video footage showing what could possibly be apparitions that are hidden from the naked eye. As you can tell from the EMF spikes at the top, I got some that went all the way to red, which is a first. But these were answers to questions about the water supply, about the conditions in the camp, and I also got one where they actually requested a medium. So I'll have to see if I can find a medium to go with me back to that location.
It'll show your shape.
Very interesting answers to some questions.
I have a big figure walking around here in front of trees
because of the automobiles or the cars coming by.
I
actually got the word loud, and so
it does look to be a human.
Very interesting
Shape. I was getting a lot of EVPs in this area as well. A lot of responses on the voice box. Trying it again in that area with my camera. Still getting the same thing there at that same tree. Same as before. Very interesting. Again, more somebody there by a tree. Now, some of these could be the camera mistaking something else for a person, so have to be skeptical.